Welcome to Milak Online Tutorial. Now before us is this logarithmic equation, and it says if 2 log, now in parentheses, 1 minus the square root of x all over the square root of x in base x equals 0. Find the value of x. How do you go about it? Now first of all, let us recall, according to the law of logarithm, when you have log a raised to the power of n, now this is the same thing as saying n log a. Okay, and again, when you have log 1 to a base of any number, but in this case we'll be looking at x, then this will give us what? 0. So we'll be looking at making use of this rule now to solve for the value of x here. So using the first rule here, let us apply it on the left hand side of the equation. We get to have that this is log in parentheses 1 minus the square root of x all over the square root of x all raised to the power of 2, then base x equals, then let us replace 0 here with log 1 base x. Log 1 base x. Now this is to help us to ensure that the left hand side equation, both the left hand side and the right hand side have the same base. Okay, so at this point now, since they have the same base here now, we can now equate the argument. So it implies here that 1 minus the square root of x all over the square root of x, then raised to the power of 2 equals 1. So now let us now expand this. Now by expanding, we can actually distribute this exponent 2 to both the numerator and the denominator. So we have something like this: 1 minus the square root of x all raised to the power of 2, then all over the square root of what? X all raised to the power of what? 2. Now for the numerator, this will give us 1 minus the square root of x into 1 minus the square root of x. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times negative the square root of x is negative square root of x. Then negative square root of x times 1 here will give us negative square root of x. And negative square root of x times negative square root of x will give us what? Positive x. Okay, so now this is for the numerator. And the denominator here is the square root of x raised to the power of 2 is x. So here we have x, and that's because the square root of any number raised to the power of 2 will give you that number itself. Okay, so at this point here now, we can replace the left hand side of the equation with this fraction here. So here we have 1 minus the square root. Okay, now the square root, sorry, minus square root of s, take away square root of s will give us minus 2 the square root of x, then plus x, then all over x, then equals 1. So at this point now, let us multiply x by both sides of the equation. We have x times here, then times x here. Now this will help us eliminate the denominator x. Okay, so at this point now, we are left with 1 minus 2 the square root of x plus x equals 1 times x will give us what? X. Now at this point now, let us subtract x from both sides, which is this. So minus x, then minus x. So at the end of the day, we end up having 1 minus 2 the square root of x, then this plus x minus x will give us 0. Then x minus x here will give us what? 0. So at this point, let us add 2 square root of x to both sides of the equation. Plus 2 square root of x, then here plus 2 square root of what? X. So we end up having 1, where this and this will be eliminated, then equals 2 root x. So let us come over here. 1 equals 2 root x. So at this point, let us divide first by 2. Then at the end of the day, we have that 1 all over 2 equals the square root of what? X. So at this point, let us raise both sides of the equation by 2. So at the end of the day, this square, we undo this square root, and we are left with 1 all over 2 raised to the power of 2. So our x here, from here, will now be 1 all over 4. Final answer. Thank you, and God bless you.